Hello everyone and welcome back to one of our nature vlogs, and this is a very special one. This is some beautiful scenery on the coast of North Carolina that my family and I found when we were on our amazing vacation last month. It was so beautiful. This right here is actually the moment that I saw the ocean, the sound in particular, that curves and hugs up against the coast of North Carolina, which is the state in the United States that I live in. And it was a stunning view. This is just a random boardwalk, nowhere really like touristy or notable. It was just a spot that my family found after we had dinner, and we looked out the window and we saw there was a really nice park and boardwalk behind the restaurant we ate at. And we thought, hey, why not head out and just walk along the boardwalk and just enjoy the sunset? And it actually turned into one of the most beautiful moments of our vacation. It was a great way to stretch our legs after the 14-hour drive to get to the coast, and it just felt wonderful. It was such a great experience. The water was so peaceful, and that was very surprising when you think of the ocean, because this is salt water right here. You think that it's going to be, at least I do, like waves and loud and noise, and that it's going to smell like salt water or fish. And no, it was just entirely peaceful. It didn't have any sound, no noise, just these peaceful itty-bitty little ripples across the water with the setting sun lighting it up. Occasionally some geese would fly overhead. It was such a beautiful moment in our vacation. I think it was one of our favorite peaceful moments, and it was so fun that this was the moment that both my father and I my father especially got to see the East Coast ocean for the first time. This is the moment when he got to see the Atlantic for the very first time, so that was quite fun. And I loved the boardwalk because it just curved up along the edge of the water, and there were cypress trees, there were tons of cattails, there was a bunch of ivy, there were water lilies everywhere. I was just blown away by the diversity just along this casual little boardwalk. And then we found something really, really fun. We found turtles. We went across the boardwalk and I looked down, and although I hadn't seen anything earlier, there were all these turtles in the water, in the pond, just right below our feet. And they were really big too. I mean, we're talking about turtles that must have been at least the size of like a freaking pumpkin, like a dinner plate, 12, 14 inches in length. They were really big, and I felt so bad that I didn't have any snacks, because they obviously were coming up on the bridge to see if anyone had any awesome snacks for them, and I did not. But they were so fun, and at first it was just one or two turtles, but as time went on, I turned around and we saw dozens and dozens and dozens of these turtles coming up to us on the bridge. It was so much fun. I couldn't believe it. And I was blown away by the diversity of what we saw too. There were not only the sliders, I saw a lot of red-eared sliders and guys like him, and they were really, really big. But we also saw snapping turtles, which blew my mind. Snapping turtles are the biggest freshwater turtle in North Carolina. They have a really large head, they've got a long neck, a long tail, and they have kind of like a sawtooth jaw. They can bite. They could bite your toes off if you stick your toes into the water, so you definitely want to be careful that they don't think that it's a yummy worm wiggling in the water. But they're really big, and they can weigh up to 50 pounds. So mostly you would see, if you look closely, you can see a whole bunch of the red-bellied turtles. I'm pretty sure there were several yellow-bellied sliders and painted turtles moving around. You can see a lot of them. Like if you look really closely, all those little circles that you see kind of cruising along the bottom of the water there, those are all turtles. And there were so many sizes. There were tiny guys and there were big guys. There must have been at least half a dozen varieties. And yeah, if you keep an eye out, you'll see a couple really, really big ones. and those were definitely the snapping turtles. And if you look, you can see where their little heads would come up out of the water, and they would see, oh, there's somebody on the bridge, I'm gonna go see if they've got food. And then you would see these little turtles just puttering through the water towards you, and I felt so bad because I didn't have any food for them. But because of the way the pond looked, I'm pretty sure they had plenty of like bugs and worms and things to eat in the pond, but they would just show up out of nowhere. It was so surreal. I had never seen that many aquatic turtles in one spot altogether before. It was really cool. And they were so disappointed when we didn't feed them. They would kind of come up and swim around by us for a couple of minutes, and then after they noticed we weren't throwing food, they're like, these people, and they would just swim off. So it was really awesome. Very, very fun. I'm pretty sure that there were probably a few bog turtles. You can find a lot of turtles in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure we had at least a few river cooters. I don't think there were any box turtles present. Maybe a mud turtle. I've never seen mud turtles before, at least up close, or musk turtles. There's a lot. Basically, there's a lot of different turtles, and I probably saw a lot of varieties here, but I just couldn't get a really good look at them. And they were just awesome. But it was very fun. So that was a very unexpected part of our trip, was tons and tons of turtles. And it was really fun. It was almost like watching little races. But you never know what you'll see, because this is literally just an awesome adventure my family and I had when we stopped after dinner, just to sit and enjoy the beautiful sunset. And the longer we stayed around, the more we noticed the biodiversity of the area. I had walked across this bridge over this pond like 4 or 5 times, and it was only when my parents joined us and we were going a little slower that I looked down and realized it was full of turtles in the pond. So, take things slow, guys. When you're in a new place, just try to appreciate the moment, and you never know what'll show up. As always, you guys, I hope you are having a wonderful day, and stay curious, okay, guys? Keep an eye out. You never know what you're gonna find. Bye-bye.